Hello, Grand Park community. How are you today? Loaded question, I know. So today we are going to be focusing not on the physical practice of yoga. We are going to be focusing on the later limbs of the practice. And what I mean by limbs is in the Yoga Sutras, the author Patanjali lays out an 8-limbed path. So the Yoga Sutras are the first written down text of yoga. It is traditionally and was traditionally a practice that was passed on from teacher to student. And Patanjali wrote down the philosophy of yoga, what yoga is, how you do it. And the 8 limbs are that journey to do the practice of yoga. And yoga is something that we embody. It's not just something we do when we are here practicing together from 12:15 to 1 on Wednesdays and Fridays. And the physical practice, I think, is a really beautiful way into our bodies, into our breath, to really help release tension, to really join ourselves in the moment. But the other limbs of yoga can also join us in the moment to help us feel better, to help us feel more connected to ourselves, to our humanity. So for practice today, I would encourage you to grab some sort of like a rag, something clean, a t-shirt, a towel, something like that, and a blanket or a pillow, maybe both. We're going to be doing a lot of breath today. So this is called Pranayama. And we are going to be doing some various stages of meditation. So we'll be doing some sensory stuff, some withdrawing of our senses, going inside, guided meditation, that sort of thing. So make sure for practice that you are in the most comfortable position that you can be. So you don't even have to come to the floor. Personally, I really like being on the floor. It helps me feel grounded. But if that is not accessible for you, or you would feel more comfortable or supported in a chair, just make sure that the soles of your feet can rest on the floor. That'll help to feel more grounded. So enough talking, let's get to some doing. So just have your towel on hand, find your seat. So I'm sitting up on a blanket. You could sit in your chair, like I said, whatever it is, just allow whatever is resting down on the floor or the chair to rest down. Place your hands somewhere, maybe in your lap, maybe on your thighs. And let's just do a little check-in before we start our breath work. So closing your eyes, checking in with your physical body today. So just noticing the body in space, getting curious, just knowing how we're physically doing. So is the body tight in certain areas? Are you tired? Are you over anxious? It will help us to know where we are so that we can draw ourselves into this moment. Checking in with your mind. So just where is the mind right now? Is the mind spiraling? Is the mind in a future moment, in the past moment? Maybe through noticing, we can commit to being in this moment together. So just like we were in a room together, using this virtual space to set aside time to come into a state of union. That is what yoga means, to yoke, to bring together, to join as one. And then just acknowledging whatever is in the heart right now. I think this is such a hard and beautiful and simple, even if it's hard, practice of just meeting our heart in the moment. So what is in your heart right now? Is there heaviness? Is there lightness? Instead of changing it, can you just witness it? Can you allow it to be? Maybe even supporting what is with your breath. and supporting all of ourselves together in community, joining together to do this practice together, to be with ourselves, to be with each other, to try to find a sense of our shared humanity. Go ahead, flutter your eyes open. And we're going to start some pranayama. So prana is life force, and yama technically means restraint. So it means a way of restraining the breath, not as like we're going to stop breathing, but as a way of taking some control of the breath to draw us into our yoga, into our state of union. So for our first breath, we're just gonna make sure that we're inhaling and exhaling the same amount. We're gonna take a little pause at the top and the bottom. So we'll take an inhale through the nose, we'll pause, we'll take an exhale through the nose, and we'll pause. We're gonna do that 5 times together. It might help to take a gaze at the floor. It might also help to close the eyes. So whatever is gonna help you focus and limit your distractions. So allow your breath to come all the way out. Through your nose, draw in a breath for 2, 3, 4. Take a pause of breath. And then through your nose, exhale. 2, 3, 4. Pause your breath. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, pause breath. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause out. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause breath. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold out. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause breath. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause out. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause breath. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause out. And then just allowing the breath to come back in. Maybe just notice the benefit of a pranayama practice. You might notice you feel a little bit more connected, a little more grounded, or maybe you're having a different experience. So for our next breath work, we'll come into alternate nostril breathing. So I teach this a lot. It is a really beautiful way to settle ourselves, to balance and ground the energies of the body. And what we do is we inhale through one nostril and then we exhale through the opposite nostril. And we use our hands to kind of alternate where breath can come in. So we'll take the right thumb to the right nostril, close the right nostril. Let your exhale come all the way out. Steady your gaze on a point on the floor. And then through your nose, draw in breath. 2, 3, 4. With your pointer finger and middle finger, close your left nostril and exhale right. 2, 3, 4. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4. Close right. Exhale left. 2, 3, 4. Inhale left. 2, 3, 4. Close left. Exhale right. 2, 3, 4. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4. Close right, exhale left. 2, 3, 4. Inhale left. 2, 3, 4. Close left, exhale right. 2, 3, 4. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4. Close right, exhale left. 2, 3, 4. Inhale left. 2, 3, 4. Close left, exhale right. 2, 3, 4. One more. Inhale right. 2, 3, 4. Close right, exhale left. 2, 3, 4. Inhale left. 2, 3, 4. Close left, exhale right. 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. You might be a little snotty. You're welcome to blow your nose if you need to do that. Allowing the breath just to naturally come back in how it wants. And then we're going to take the opposite cross. If you're seated in a chair, you don't have to do anything. But if you do have some sort of a cross of your legs, it might be a nice time to recross your legs in the other direction. So we're going to come back to breath in a little bit. We're going to come into our first work with meditation for this practice. So meditation is not where we just close our eyes and nothing happens and we're just like empty of thoughts. Congratulations if that is your experience, but for many of us with a lot of stuff going on, that is nearly impossible to do. But there are ways for us to reach a nice state of watching the thoughts, of witnessing ourselves, of not attaching to the thoughts. So that is, in my experience, the way that we meditate is that we notice without reaction. So we're going to do something called a thought river. This is actually an exercise that I learned in a kid's yoga book, but I think it can be a really beautiful thing for us to do as adults as well. So I'm just going to explain what we're going to do before we do it. So a thought river is where we, let's just do it together. So let's embody the meditation and I'll talk and explain as we do it. So find a comfortable seat. Rest your palms wherever they feel the most comfortable. And then I'm going to recommend that we all close our eyes. It really just helps to do the first part of what the Yoga Sutras say when we meditate is to draw out the external world so that we can draw into ourselves. So eyes closed, maybe a gaze at the floor if you just don't like closing your eyes. And then I want you to place yourself, we're going to use our imagination a little bit, place yourself next to some sort of a river. So it might be somewhere you've actually been before. It might be just something that you make up in your mind. So, and by a river, I mean that there's water passing through in front of you. So you're seated, maybe on the earth, watching water rush by in front of you. So it doesn't have to be like the Grand Rapids. It could be just something like a little stream dripping by, but something where there's movement of water in front of you. And then I want you to really place yourself in front of this river. So using your imagination, using your senses, can you place your seat down on the earth? So what does the earth feel like? Is it wet? Is it dry? Are there sticks underneath you? Is it muddy? Is there grass? And then maybe in your imagination, just seeing what else is around you beside this river. So are there trees? Is it a big open field? So there's no right or wrong here. We're just really placing ourselves in this imaginary physical space. So is it day? Is it night? What's the temperature like? Is there a breeze on your skin, or is the air still? Is there sun on your face, or is there darkness because it's night? And this is where we're going to do our meditation. So we're going to use our experience of staying seated on the earth in this place, noticing our breath. So just like you were sitting in the middle of this beautiful place, just watching yourself breathe. Now I can guarantee thoughts will start to come up. So you'll start to think like, when is this going to be over? I'm bored, or I've got to take, Johnny to soccer at 3, or whatever the thoughts are. I'm going to invite you to just toss the thoughts into the river in front of you. So we don't shame ourselves when we have a thought. We just notice that a thought has arrived, and we're going to be like, oh, that's not what we're doing right here. We're focusing on our breath instead. So anytime there's a thought, I'm just going to invite you to throw your thought in the thought river and let it just pass by. Of course, if you need it at the end, there'll be like a little pool at the end and you can pick it up at the end of the meditation. But this is the practice of meditating. So we don't shut off thoughts. We try to give ourselves a focus. So for this exercise, we're focusing on placing ourselves in that place, watching our breath. And anytime the mind starts to run away with the thought, we take the thought, we place it in the thought river. So I'm going to give us the space of a couple minutes to be in this meditation. I'm going to be quiet as much as possible, but I will chime in to remind you that if you're in a thought, to place it in the river. So once again, place yourself in front of a running body of water. Notice what you notice. Tap into your senses to bring yourself to this space. And then placing yourself in this space, come to focus on your breath. And anytime a thought comes up, toss it into the river. If you're in a thought, toss it into the river. If you're in a thought, toss it into the river. Come back to your breath. Come back to this space, sitting in front of the river. One last reminder, if you're in a thought, to drop it in the river and to come back to your breath. then just letting the imagery go. Notice your body in the space that you're in. And then very gently start to flutter your eyes open. Not beating yourself up if that was really intense. Meditation can be really intense, but we get better with practice, or we keep doing the practice and we keep receiving whatever we receive. So from here, we are going to do one little movement thing. It's just a way to connect our breath into our body. So you're going to tap your fingers down to the floor, or if you're in a chair, maybe on your thighs. And we're just going to take 5 inhales where we rise our arms up, using the space of the inhale to draw our arms all the way up. And then as we exhale, we're going to tap the arms down. So really letting your entire breath take up the space of the full inhale, and then releasing on the full exhale. If you're in a chair, you can totally do this as well. So let's all let our exhale come out. Tap your fingers either down on your thighs or to the sides of your hips. As you inhale, draw your arms up. As you exhale, tap your fingers down. Let the full exhale draw you down. 4 more times. Inhale, draw your arms up. Exhale, tap your fingers down. Inhale, draw your fingertips up. Exhale, fingertips come down. 2 more times. Inhale, draw everything up. Exhale, fingertips down. One last one. Inhale, draw everything up. Exhale, fingertips tap down. Really nice. Let your breath come back in how it wants. From here, we'll find our way onto our backs. So we're going to be on our backs for the rest of class. If you would feel more comfortable sitting in a chair, of course, you're welcome to do that. We're going to come into some more breaths, and then we're going to do a long guided meditation and rest. So of course, you're welcome to stay in a chair. You're welcome also to stay seated on the floor. But I do want you to give yourself space to fully take up a lot of space, a lot of breath, a lot of relaxation. So if it's chilly where you are, you might I'm going to stay up because I'm going to talk us through stuff. It's easier to talk when I'm seated. So you'll find a comfortable position on your back. If you have low back stuff and your back doesn't feel good laying supine or flat, you can bend your knees and place the soles of your feet underneath your knees. If you feel comfortable laying flat on your back, please do. You could also climb into your bed right now or climb onto the couch. Anything that's going to make you feel like a place where you can rest and fully breathe and fully come into meditation and our final posture. If you have, I meant to mention, if you have your towel, I'm going to invite us all, I'm not going to do it because I'm going to be talking, but to cover your eyes with the thing. So it's not going to work if you're seated up, but if you are lying on your bed, on your back, you'll just go ahead and close your eyes and let the towel be a way to draw you inside yourself, to give your eyes a rest from the screen. You are welcome to cover yourself with a blanket, use pillows in any way. So just setting yourself up for this beautiful treat of breath, pranayama work, various phases of meditation. So we're going to do a breath that I teach a lot. It just feels good in my body, and I notice that it helps other people relax. So the breath is going to be a 3-count inhale where we pause at different parts of our body. So I'll say something like inhale to your belly and pause. You'll imagine the breath is all staying in the belly, and then I'll say inhale to the heart. You'll imagine the breath's filling into the heart. I'll say inhale to the top of the head. You'll imagine the top of the head and the whole body full of breath. And then we'll do the exhale out the mouth. So the inhales are through the nose, the exhale is through the mouth. So make sure you're comfortable, get all your little fidgets out. See if you can commit to being still. And then from here, settle your body. So settle yourself, allow yourself to ground down into whatever you're touching, allowing the body to be heavy and held. From here, take a full exhale out. We'll take 5 of these breaths together. So inhale to your belly and pause. Inhale to your heart and pause. Inhale to the top of your head and pause. Through your mouth, sigh your breath out. Through your nose, inhale to your belly and pause. Inhale to heart and pause. Inhale to top of head and pause. Through your mouth, release your breath out. 3 more rounds. Inhale to breath to belly and pause. Inhale, breath to heart and pause. Inhale, breath to top of head and pause. Through your mouth, sigh the breath out. Inhale, breath to belly and pause. Inhale, breath to heart and pause. Inhale, breath to top of head and pause. Through your mouth, sigh the breath out. Through your nose, inhale to belly and pause. Through your nose, inhale to heart, pause. Through your nose, inhale to top of head and pause. From your mouth, sigh the breath out. And then just allow the breath to come back in. We're going to come in for one last pranayama breathwork exercise. So this is an exercise called counting breaths. This is a really, really helpful thing to do if you're ever in bed and you can't sleep, if you're in a thought pattern that is not helping you get through your day. So it's a really, it gives our mind the focus of counting and focusing on breath, and it really helps us to be in the moment. So I'm here, so I'm going to do the counting, but this is something you could do for yourself. We're going to do 10 rounds together, and it's really simple. You're going to inhale when I say inhale. You're going to exhale when I say exhale, and I'm just going to count the breath after each cycle. So let your breath come all the way out of the body. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale. That's 1. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale. That's 2. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale. That's 3. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale. That's 4. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale. That's 5. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale. That's 6. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale. That's 7. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale. That's 8. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale. That's 9. Last one. Through your nose, inhale. Through your nose, exhale. That's 10. Allow your own natural breath to come back in. Trusting that your body knows how to breathe itself. So we're going to come in for a longer guided meditation today. For those of you who are new to guided meditation, all you do is stay still on your back. I'm going to invite us to, similar to what we did when we were sitting by the thought river, to place ourselves somewhere comfortable. So we'll use our imagination a little bit. We'll use our senses a little bit to place ourselves in a peaceful and relaxing place. And then once we're in that safe, peaceful place, we'll do something to relax the body. So make sure you're comfortable. If you need to adjust anything to be more comfortable, please give yourself the time to adjust. And then once again, committing to stillness. If your eyes aren't closed, please close them. Use that towel over the eyes if you're not. And first, just noticing the body in the room that it's in, allowing it to touch the earth. And with your imagination, I want you to pretend, maybe there is, but pretend that there is a door in the room that you're in. And you notice that that door is a little bit cracked open. And there's like a beautiful hazy light coming out of the door. And in your imagination, you're going to walk over to that door. And as you open the door, you see the most beautiful, peaceful place you've ever seen before. So this might be a place you've been before. Maybe it's a place that's coming to you in your imagination. But I invite you to step through that door and start to walk around in your imagination this beautiful, peaceful place. So what do you see here? What's around you? Is there a sky? Is there a ceiling? Is it day or night? Is there air on your skin? What's the temperature of this peaceful place? Are there trees? Is there a body of water? Just really seeing it in your mind. So allowing yourself and allowing your imagination to really fully embody this peaceful place. Maybe smelling whatever smells here. So are there flowers? Is there the salty ocean smell? The smell of wood? Maybe the smell of someone you love. Really looking down at the floor or the earth below you, really seeing and allowing yourself to touch this space. Maybe you even kneel down and touch the floor. And then from here, I'm going to invite you in your imagination to lay in the middle of this beautiful space, to allow your entire back body to rest down, to allow maybe some air to brush across your skin, smells to fill your nose. And this is where we will take a guided meditation to relax all the parts of our body. So lying in your peaceful place, drawing awareness to your feet, softening in your feet, softening in your ankles, allowing your shins and your calves to rest down into this peaceful place, allowing your knee joints to be soft, your thighs to be heavy, allowing your hips to fall open towards the sky or the ceiling, allowing your low back, your mid back, and your upper back to rest down into the ground, allowing your shoulders to release down, coming into the space of your front body, so allowing the stomach to be soft and open, allowing the space of the heart to release into this peaceful place, allowing your collarbone to soften open. From here, the arms release, the elbow joints, wrist joints, the hands and the fingers are soft. Coming up to the space of your throat, of your neck, allowing for rest in those areas. Allowing your jaw to release. Allowing your tongue to be heavy inside your mouth. Allowing breath to come in and out of your nose as you allow whatever sounds you hear around you in this peaceful space to fill your ears. Allowing your cheekbones to release, allowing your eyes to be really heavy, allowing the space between your eyebrows to soften, the forehead, the top of the head, and the hair. Just allowing yourself full relaxation in this peaceful place. We will rest here for just a couple minutes and then I'll call us back into our physical form. Give yourself a couple minutes in this beautiful, peaceful space with your body. So starting to draw awareness back into your breath, still placing yourself in that beautiful, peaceful place. And keeping everything the same in our physical body, I'm just going to invite you with your imagination to roll over and to stand back up into your peaceful space. So wherever you went, looking for that door that led you there, walking back to the door, walking through the door, back into the room that you started in, that your body is in. And then through your imagination, lay yourself back into your body. So back in the room where we started. Starting to draw in physical breath to draw us home into the space of our physical form. Starting to find some wiggles of your fingers and your toes. It might feel nice to take a full body stretch, so there's no rush to get up, maybe taking your arms up and overhead. If you have a towel over your eyes, keep your eyes closed, remove the towel, and keeping your eyes closed will all roll over to one side, making a little pillow for your head with your inner arm. Keeping your eyes closed, press yourself up, finding yourself in a seated position. And then very softly, very slowly, start to draw your eyes open, bringing yourself into a gaze point at the floor, bringing yourself back into your physical space, feeling your body connected to your physical space. And then drawing your hands up to your heart, bowing your chin into your beautiful heart. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed traveling through some of the other limbs of yoga. So we practiced pranayama, breath work. That's one of the limbs. And we practiced some of the phases of meditation. So I hope that you feel a little bit more connected to your body, to the moment. Please take care of yourselves. And I'm so glad that you were here today, everyone. I'll see you soon.